I would like to speak about this book whose title is Kohen Qabbalah, and I will give you a very quick and short representation of the content inside. But before to enter in this cavern, I have to speak some word about the kind of language I am talking with you, which is not an ordinary English for people that are involved in business or in literary affairs even, but international English, which is not so worried about grammar rules, but got the neck to have communication. And it is something that is very contemporary because in internet, through the connectivity over the whole world, you have the demonstration that we have a new koine, a new kind of language, which is very indifferent to grammar rules, but is really able to involve the communication between people. And this book, now I can tell some word about the contents. This book is very close in the general meaning of philosophy to this aim, because the research starts from the word Kohen to demonstrate that when people are free to think, to have the dominion of their thought, then you have something that reveals the evanescence of the nation and even the religion. Because the word Kohen, if we inquire the word Kohen, we are needed to go inside a matter that is very, very rich, holding all the history of Western and Middle Eastern world, but we can say of the whole world in an extension, because some principles are really universal. And what is universal inside the word Kohen is that is something that in the book of Genesis, when the first time the word Kohen appears, you have something that is not dependent from a single tradition. And Israel and Moses and Aaron and Levi, the tradition from which the kind of priesthood inside Israel was developed, is not the original one, because before Israel we have already a priest tradition, which is the one that we can find following the tracks, the tracks on the word Kohen. And we will find Melki-Tzedeq giving the mantle to Abraham, and we have some discoveries inside, because following the original sources and the very deep studies inside, we can find something very powerful for imagery, to understand, for instance, following the famous Talmudic scholar Rashi, that Melki-Tzedeq was Shem, the son of Noach, and therefore we have to understand that this tradition and the word Kohen is something that begins before the deluge and with the ancient patriarchs. Therefore, the Kohen tradition cannot be referred to a religion. And this is the real point of this book, because we have a spirituality which is beyond and above the concept of religion. This spirituality allows us to have the conception to transform each one of us in a Kohen, I mean a person which is able to live its spirituality without to stay under the chains of the subjugation of a system of power, as well as religion has been in the centuries, and we can talk about Jewish religion, but also about Catholic religion and even Muslim religion, but also the Brahmanic tradition of India. And Max Weber has been in the 20th century the great sociologist who revealed that in each historic tradition, always the clerical power is the better allied of the institutional power. Therefore, historically, we have not a clergy which is open to the need of the people, but instead we have something that subjugates freedom and openness of mind. Therefore, inquiring the word Kohen, we can find the sources, the early sources of natural spirituality, and I suggest really to read this book, because there are some points that should be really interesting for the spiritual researcher, as well as the artist or the kind of person that is looking for something inside him or herself. Kohen Qabbalah.